You know that job we applied for in the last episode with Hull in the middle of a match? Well, we got approached for it. And I was just about ready to take it, but then the wages. And that has become my Achilles heel in this journeyman. The reason that I left Fleetwood was because I was getting a much better wage at Ipswich. And now the reason I'm still at Ipswich is because I'm getting that good wage. And Hull wanted to half it. I'm a little bit sad right now. I really wanted to take over Hull. But I guess we're just going to have to turn it around, which is easier said than done because we've been given the vote of confidence by the board and also been requested to improve the dressing room atmosphere. We could be out of here in a couple of weeks. Hey guys, welcome back to some more Football Manager 2018 and part 6 of Season 7 of the Journeyman with Ipswich Town, and today we have two matches, one against Hull and one against Middlesbrough. Since the last episode we've played two matches, one against Millwall where we drew 1-1 and then we beat Oxford United 4-2, so pretty good to be honest with you to win that match. Abel Hernandez with a hat-trick, and that moves us up to 19th place in the league, 3 points clear of the relegation zone at the moment. Still a massive 10 points off the playoffs, which is where we really want to be. I don't think I have picked the team for today, to be honest with you, but Chris Smalling is going to come back for Collie, who has just been, I mean, looking at that, he hasn't been disappointing, so I don't know why I think he has been. I know Arthur has been, so we can take him out of it. We'll swap Chris Smalling in for Landell and see how this team does. So we've got Ramsdale in goal, we've got Kenny, Smalling, Colley and Fox in defence. We've then got McEachran, Allen and Dozell in the middle with Coombson starting behind Glatzel and Hernandez up front. So let's get into it. Let's see what it's all about. And yeah, just really hoping that we can perform here and get another victory, because we've, been unbeaten in 2 now, so let's make that 3, let's make that 4. We're playing Middlesbrough as well in today's episode, who are up in 7th. Wolves are up in 10th at the minute, so having a better season than us, but we do have the home advantage, and we have Paul Glatzel and who's the other one? Abel Hernandez scoring goals. I'm getting distracted by noises outside, so I'm sorry about that. Here's Fox. Freeman. Now to Kashunga. Kashunga on the ball. That's why to Haslam now. Haslam now to Fraser. Colley cuts it out. Here's Glatzel now. No. Doesn't quite happen. Mings back to Mitchell. Mitchell gets it away. Colley now to Dozell. Andre Dozell to Abel Hernandez now. Hernandez to McEachran. McEachran to Dozell. To Allen. Allen. McEachran. Allen. Colley. Here's Fox. Come on. Fox into the middle. Here's Glatzel. Into the middle, it's Coombson. Yes, it's 1-0. And that was a fantastic move. And that is what we're capable of sometimes. It just was a wonderful little move there from them. If I'm looking up a bit, it's because the Master Snooker's on, so watching a little bit of that. And Coombson puts it into the back of the net. It's 1-0. Paul Glatzel with the assist. Oh, and I tell you what, we need some victories. We need to pump some confidence into this side and hopefully save our job, and then maybe look to move at the end of the season, because weirdly no Premier League jobs have come up yet. I don't think we would get any anyway, because we're underperforming. That's something that is really held against us at the moment. We're underperforming in our current job, so why would anybody else want to take us on? But Ennis has just made it 1-1 for Wolves. This is ridiculous. Just easy as you like. Good cross in, good header, good goal from Wolves, and We need to be doing better. Oh, it's just frustrating. It really is. And I just wish we'd stayed at Fleetwood. I don't even know where Fleetwood are in the league. They could well be below us now. The 15th, so they're doing all right. They're only 5 points off the playoffs. You know, they're only 4 positions above us, but they're just having such a better season. You know, we win the Premier League last year. Here's Curzon now to Dazelle. McEachran on the ball, gets it forward to Glatzel, into the middle, it's Hernandez over the bar. And that's the sort of thing that you need to go in games like this. Half an hour gone. Here's Dazelle, now to McEachran, to Glatzel. Curzon, now to Dazelle. McEachran. Oh, that's over the bar. Unlucky. That was very close. 40 minutes gone now. Coming up to half time. I think we have been the better team so far. But yeah, again, I just think we've been unlucky. It feels like shades of the Reading match in the last episode. And, you know, Reading are below us. Oxford, who we've just beaten, are below us. So I think we've maybe, you know, found our level down here. Here's Dazelle now to McEachran. Curzon. McEachran, oh. And Phil Mitchell makes the save. And Toby Jones, good friend of mine, TIJ, you know, has been saying, where's the nicknames in the squad and stuff like that. And I just haven't really found anybody to nickname. You know, I think that's what's going on. I don't know. Here's Curzon. If you guys have got any nicknames, let me know. Fraser in the middle. It's Ennis. It's 2-1. I'll tell you what my nickname will be. The loser at the moment. Oh dear. It was a good cross into the middle by Fraser, and Ennis with another good header. And we've always had a bad record against Wolves, going back to the Fleetwood days. And it's just one of those things, isn't it? Sometimes you have bogey teams throughout your career. We're 2-1 down now. Obviously, we went 1-0 up so early in the game. It looked positive, but once again, it's just been turned around on us, and it's just rather sad. You know, I really wanted this to go well with Ipswich and take them up into the top half of the Premier League. That's what I wanted, and I genuinely believe if we'd stayed at Fleetwood, we would have done that. We would have finished top half of the Premier League by the end of our sort of 3 full years at the club. Things were just going so well, and whoa, this is crazy, absolutely crazy. Dazelle, last minute equaliser on the cards. Gray's offside, and he walked it out to play anyway. It's going to be full time, and 2-1 defeat at home against a team that, you know, we should be up there fighting with, and just not creating enough chances. And Paul Glatzel, if it wasn't for him performing week in, week out, I think we'd be bottom of the table right now, and we've got to now go and prove a point against Middlesbrough. Right guys, a couple of changes for the Middlesbrough match. We've brought in Ebanks Landell, and we're going to go much deeper defensive line. We're going to try and pump it up, and we're going to go counter on the mentality, because we're just not winning games. We need to change something. This is what I've decided to change. You know, if this doesn't work, we're probably going to have to go for a different tactic whatsoever altogether for the next few matches. But the sack definitely looms over our head, and we've got to start getting results. You know, excuses, there's no room for them at this point. And we've just got to try and get results by whatever means necessary. We're going to just try and pump that ball into the box and get Glatzel on the end of it. That has got to be the aim at the minute. But this is good football from Middlesbrough. It's really good to watch. Castillo just wide. But 10 minutes into it, and we are looking, you know, slightly sheepish at the moment. We haven't had a chance. which is, something which our tactic was doing before. We were giving ourselves chances. We were having plenty of shots, but not getting many on target. Here's Allen and Roland now. Cuts it out. Castillo, 1-0. Jack Thorne with the goal there. It's 1-0 Middlesbrough. And they're going to go back into the playoffs. It's a big match for them. And, in some ways, an even bigger match for us. Middlesbrough will be up there at the end of the season no matter what. If we get beat today, it could well be our last match in charge of Ipswich Town. We are struggling. We are really struggling now. It's difficult, and I've never been so tempted to resign from a job. I want to resign. I want to get out of Ipswich, but there's just nothing appealing in the job centre. If we go and have a look at it at the end of this, I tell you what, we'll do it at half time, so we don't have to wait for the saves and what have you. So if we go to the home page and then we go to the job centre, it's very, very difficult. There's 3 jobs in the Championship at the minute. I can't go Blackburn because I've got another series on Blackburn. Reading in 21st and Bristol in 24th. I don't think we're making a step up with any of those jobs, so them are out of the question. And then League 1 and below, we don't want to have to do that. And then you've got Chinese football, but again, teams that aren't performing. I'm tempted by applying for this, the Nantes job, but how realistic is it that we could get that job? They finished 7th in Ligue 1 a couple of years ago, and they're a pretty good side. I don't think that's realistic. We'll stick an application in because I think we're going to need to start applying for jobs, so we might as well get a head start. There's Verona in the Italian 2nd division actually, which could be quite interesting. There's Dundee, but will they realistically give us a similar wage to what we've got here at Ipswich? And to go up to Dundee would be a very, very tough job. Noah Dicko, top scorer in the SPL at the minute. Very interesting. Celtic have dominated this league for so long now. Shall we have a look at the wage bill? 77 grand, that's just not good. Cesena, maybe. But there's not many jobs out there. I guess we could go internationally. We could apply for the Scotland job. I think Wales's job was recently available, but I don't particularly want to go international just yet. Yeah. So Wales have just appointed a new manager. Who have they appointed? Rob Page. I don't even know who this guy is. He's been at Northampton and Port Vale in his time. Not really done much managing, and now he's jumping into Wales, which I'm sure will be fun for him. But let's get into this second half. Let's hope that it doesn't come to having to get another job. Let's hope we can turn it around today, and that we're going to kickstart our season right here. We're probably not going now. 60 minutes gone. Paul Glatzel, terrible game for him. You know what? We're going to bring on Rondon and Andre Gray. Play him on support, play him on attack. We're going to bring Coomson off as well. And see what we can do. We've got half an hour. We've got to try and force the issue here. Sombalonga's just put Fleetwood up against Blackburn. Very good for them. Chelina into the middle, Landell away. I kind of want to hold out for the first Premier League job to become available. It hasn't quite happened yet. But we may be able to scrape a low Premier League job. And if not, a high Championship club manager might move on to that club opening up a possibility for us to walk into, say, the Preston job or something like that, which would be quite nice. So, you know, we're keeping our eyes firmly peeled on all of that. It's going to be 2-0. There you go. Nicholas Castillo. It's 2-0 now. We've lost this game, most definitely. And we're level on points with Plymouth in the relegation zone now. And surely that is it. Questions are going to start being asked. It's going to be very difficult to convince the board that we should stay. And if we get sacked from Ipswich, it's going to be a lot more detrimental than what's happening now. It'll be our first sacking since Blyth Spartans all that time ago. And I fear what it could actually do for us. But here's Thorne. Good tackle. Landell away. Lazar. Rondon. Butitson. Oh, what was that? Full time. 2-0. Just very, very disappointing. And hopefully we'll have some better news in the next episode. I find myself saying that every single time. I'm so sorry. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you do leave a like down below. It really does mean a lot for me. It really does help out the channel as well. Let me know down in the comments what you would do in this situation, bearing in mind the rules of the series. So please remember that. I can't just resign. I can't just go and join a club like Dundee that'll offer us $4,000 a week. I can't do that, unfortunately. So yeah, hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.